inception, Sharp had to revisit its target market.
From our constitution, it says the organization was established by paraplegic people of Soweto. So then they from Bara, they had nowhere to go, and they started discussing as to how best can they do to improve their lives. Hence it is Self-Help Association of Paraplegics. It was formed by paraplegics.
Both Muzi and Eric were born fully able-bodied, and this shaped their perspective about the world of able-bodied people as well as disabled people.
I was not born disabled. I got my injury when I was 19 years old. So I've got this passion about person with disability, saying that I wouldn't sleep knowing that person with disabilities are suffering. I've got this passion here, human rights, about person with disabilities. For the leadership that I've gained since I became disabled, and when I disabled, I started here. I never worked at Sharp, but I was leading a student group that we call ourselves Sharp Coordinating Committee of Disabled Youth, whereby we were driving the issue that, guys, since we became disabled, let's focus on education. Let's educate ourselves.
I grew up being a person without a disability until 6 years when I was about to go to school. Then on one Saturday, I happened to be playing with other kids and felt drowsy in the course of the play, and I was taken home. I couldn't walk then. Then at home they said, no man, we cannot keep him here, let's take him to hospital. I couldn't respond to movements, I couldn't respond to nurses. So they immediately called the doctor to say, no, come and see him, and we are now surprised by the reactions of Eric. He's not responding. Then the doctor reported me blind.
For Eric, working as a center manager required one to have a keen interest in helping people who approach the center on a daily basis.
You wake up in the morning, come to the office, they will knock someone who is disabled, but that person, to find that he by evaluating the person, he cannot sew, he cannot work with the spade in the garden, you see, and you feel that you really need to help the person. It's very challenging. You have the passion to help the person, but you cannot immediately help the person. You have to refer the person to an institution, to the relevant institution.
I don't believe that as disabled people we need to put your home and wait for people to feed us. We need to drive our destiny. We need to ensure whatever we do it ourselves. As the DPSA slogan is said, there's nothing about us without us. Meaning basically no one is going to stand up and advocate for our rights. We need to do it ourselves. So, Mina, I believe that's the skills I'm bringing here, the skills of leadership that I'm trying to impart on other colleagues that are here to ensure that not only Sharp, but persons with disability in the community are uplifted.
After the break, we chat to the members of Sharp about the impact that Sharp has had in their lives. And much later on the show, we join Sharp on their road safety work. Stay with us.
Children's rights and health are a priority in the journey of good health.
All children should have access to adequate health care, not only curative but preventative as well.
How to identify ADHD on children.
ADHD is a childhood disorder which manifests with the symptoms of hyperactivity, impulsivity, and/or inattention.
Is breastfeeding still a vital nutrition to babies even today?
Breastfeeding for the first 6 months of life is absolutely crucial.
Catch Health Talk with Dr. Sello Mutawun every Saturday from 9 till 10 a.m.
The son of Africa, Trevor Noah, is leaving America in stitches.
I never dreamed that I would one day have, well, two things really. An indoor toilet and a job as host of The Daily Show.
We are the first to bring you the latest films around the globe.
Dear white people, the minimum requirement of black friends needed to not seem racist has just been raised to 2.
Cobhams Asako is a gifted blind musician, a master of soothing notes from the piano.
I love to sit behind the piano. You know, that also helps me find inspiration.
Join Rifula Mulwa every Friday for that 1-hour weekly dose of art and entertainment news at 9 p.m. on Trends.
Welcome back to Bophelong right here on SABC News. With few challenges that SHARP has encountered as an organization, they are still catering to the needs of people with disabilities. Have a look.
After the death of Friday Mavuso, the founder of the South African Self-Help Association for Paraplegic, in 1995, SHARP faced financial struggles after many stakeholders pulled their funding from the organization.
2 years ago, I started here, I formed a new committee just to re-establish SHARP. When I came here, there were no governance structure, no systems in place. We tried to put together a committee that we call ourselves a board, and we reworked the constitution, SHARP again, and we re-registered SHARP with the social development for the purpose of funding. And the other thing that we did redevelop the policy document for finance. We did the code of practice of conduct for SHARP workers. We started developing new contracts for all the workers that SHARP has ever shown you. Basically what we did in these 2 years, we put together the systems, operation system for SHARP. SHARP used to have quite a lot of contractual work, like the mining, Hewlett Packard, assembling quite a lot of things that you've seen currently with the protective clothing. But before, we used to have quite a lot of jobs that were coming to SHARP at the construct. So poor management, it attributes to the failure of SHARP.
Even more challenging was the lack of transport to ferry its employees to and from work.
People were not, like severe disabled in wheelchair, were not coming to work because there was no transport. As you know, in South Africa, we don't have accessible public transport. But we revive one bus at least to fetch people. For me, it's a major achievement. And after that, we got new Sprinter, Mercedes-Benz buses standing outside here to ferry people from work to land. For me, that's an achievement.
Hence, it is a great challenge to those using wheelchair to access public transport. Even me as a blind person, it sometimes tends to be a challenge. You would imagine me, Eric, in the rain, standing there trying to catch a taxi. How will I, a blind person, see that there is a taxi coming? How do I point the taxi when the driver is responding that, no, I'm going local? You see, I won't be able to see him. So the challenge is somewhat coming to be one challenge.
The organization currently makes reflectors and sells various products.
The name itself, Self-Help Association of Paraplegics, it's a name that has an element of inviting cooperatives of disabled people to come and make or run their businesses here at the center. Yet the center on the other side, it establishes contracts with other companies in terms, some come in a form of CMT, which simply means the company will provide material and we only provide labor, and we charge the company labor. But we also have other companies that offers work in form of assembly, whereby a company will send its product, that is a product with separate parts, and we join the parts together to make a product.
Tjhelete le encounter umsebenzi yariyethe umsebenzi omungada ukhona la sibona khona ukuthi kufanele senze imali ngoba masingenzanga umsebenzi omningi asitholi imali. So income esithola ngokuthi sisebenze kangakanani, senze ngakhi a day, umsebenzi ofuneka siwenze a day no daily basis. Kufanele sazi ukuthi sikhipha umsebenzi as a supervisor, kufanele sazi ukuthi siyamanage ukuthi abantu basebenze kahle bakhipha umsebenzi ngoba manje umuntu osithengisa kulo umsebenzi siyawuthengisa umsebenzi hayi ukuthi sithola imali somewhere. Imali sithola imali esithengisile. So if sithengisile siyazi ukuthi sithola malini, if asithengisanga asitholi next.
The workers shared with us their experiences of working with SHARP.
Ke bolela mo Soweto, so nentse ga ke feta maybe ke ya bo tropong bo bara ka taxi ke bona plekene, so ke bona gona le batho ba disable mo wa bona ntse ke feta mo. So immediately itse ke fetsa go sekolong but matric ya ka zanka I finish up. So we ke nagana yona pleke ka ba ke bona le batho ba tshwanang le nna mo plekeng ele re ke ye go zama go teng ke bona ke tsibile SHARP ka teng ka fihla mo ka the 2000 mo SHARP fihla e bang amohela vele bang welcome ka thola ke batho ba tshwanang le nna kaofela mo SHARP
ke a rata go roka ke a enjoy mosebetsi wa ka a holo fela because without roka nka ona ntong e ka etsang.
Ke a tseba hore ke ka support hobane mosebetsi a isa le go matsatsing ke se ke nalo thola mona o ka se SHARP le wena ke 1980.
SHARP currently employs 75 people and would like to call upon other people to join the organization.
We believe that this place should be run by disabled people themselves. Yeah. So for me, I strongly believe that there are somewhere disabled people sitting there, not doing anything, that could come to the center and build our capacity. Because my target is to ensure that quite a lot of people are staying unemployed in the township. At the lower level, not even educated, but some of us who are educated, we need to lead the way. We need to guide the people. So for me, number one thing I'll do in January is to publicize, to open up like an invitation that people who've got skills come to the center. Let's start and operate this place.
With 2016 just around the corner, he shared with us his plan to create awareness about the center.
Our goal now from next year, 2016, is to embark on quite extensive awareness of SHARP. Because we have relaunched SHARP with the Department of Social Development, even at national level, where the Deputy Minister of Social Development was here, when we launched and relaunched SHARP.
When we return, we join Den Kakana, one of the management team of SHARP, on the road safety campaign on Moloto Road.
Didier Drogba, a footballer from Ivory Coast, was named as the third most influential celebrity in Africa.
Where I saw him display, he's very nice player. He always make an impact.
Drogba donated his $5 million endorsement fee to the construction of a hospital in Abidjan.
Well, there are some lesser-known football stars in the continent that you haven't met.
Really?
And are deserving of more attention.
I think we will do better.
The Journal, every Saturday at 1:30 on SABC News.
We live in a digital era, and the number of Africans with mobile phones is rapidly increasing.
Twitter use is predominantly being done on smartphones. This is a very African phenomenon.
Here, there are constantly new innovative ways to make the internet more affordable. With that, we're seeing protests against governments proposing methods to limit access. On Network, we give you information about all of this. We also have new computers, games, and robots.
Join Siphumelele Zondi on Network every Sunday at 19:30 CAT.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we have been banned.
It didn't happen to me on that day because I was already in jail when it happened.
I was scared that when I get back to Joburg, I was going to be arrested. Well, I wasn't. Who are you asking? You're looking at me?
Yes, Abeda, I'm talking to you.
So the old fuddy-duddies like Dennis and me will remain there.
I just want to say, Joe, that the thing about... damn, go on, and it's coming back to me.
So much more than just the Legal and Rights show. Join Dumile Mateza every Sunday at 2 p.m. only on the SABC News channel.
Welcome back to the last leg of our show. SHARP, together with other stakeholders, took to Moloto Road to remind road users of the importance of obeying the road rules. We were there to capture the activities.
As an organization, SHARP continues to strive to be a one-stop shop that caters for the needs of people of different disabilities. One of their projects is Road Safety Awareness Campaign. Today they are on Moloto Road together with various stakeholders to spread the message to road users.
Today we've just chosen Moloto Road because we know that a lot of people will be going to the 3 provinces which feed off of this area. So you know, and you can see already there are lots of cars, lots of people traveling. Road safety matters, especially when you're on the road.
Today's activity is one of the activities that have been taking place in the country for roadblocks. The main purpose of such an activity is to make sure that we reduce carnages on our roads, and in the same process try to educate people about the importance of being safe on the road, the importance of making sure that you drive within the confines of the law, and more than anything, you reduce as high as possible the number of drunken driving and overloads that are the major cause of so many accidents on our roads. SHARP, as a disability organization, together with DPSA, which is Disabled People South Africa, are involved in the process in representation of the disability sector. Road carnages produce a lot of persons with disabilities. Now, who is better positioned to tell a story that has got weight, a story that is direct, a story that has got first-hand experience than SHARP and all the other people within TPSA who have been disabled because of road fatalities.
The organization believes that one of the ways to communicate about the importance of abiding to the rules of the road is by direct discussion from people who have survived fatal road accidents.
When I was young, I was reckless. Then second time around, I won't say it me. because I was already in the wheelchair.
Yeah, after the accident in 1998, got 2000 girl started permanently blind. That is visual impact. I started since from there up to now. So I give on the next. So get the results. So if you say and use the liquor, if you say obey the rules and the regulations of the road, then get our so to avoid that of the disabilities, just kabagala influence of liquor.
Us at Sharp have also embarked on another separate project that is also, we are working with the same departments that we have in making sure that we put smashed vehicles on the roads. The meaning of those smashed vehicles that are on the roads, they are branded, they have road safety messages and road safety tips. The purpose of those vehicles is to constantly remind our road users that good people bear in mind that accidents come from your actions when you're on the road. Is to remind people that good people bear in mind that people die. A lot of people have lost their loved ones through these road accidents.
With the death toll increasing weekly, the CEO of the Road Accident Fund expressed concerns about the persisting negligence of road rules by road users.
Today we educate about road safety, and our focus primarily is on child safety, specifically car seats, to make sure all these little kids are strapped in. Because when there's a crash, one of the most significant safety features is a seat belt. And to have children loose in a car is just a dangerous thing. So that's our contribution today.
With the death toll increasing rapidly during the festive seasons, Gauteng Community Safety spokesperson Obed Sibisa had this to say.
We have been on our roads since the beginning of the festive season. We have activated and mounted K78 roving roadblocks. Yes, it is a challenge. Road users are continuing to die on our roads. Reason is human factor. Driver pedestrian behavior, it's unacceptable. For example, we have arrested quite a number of drivers for driving under the influence, which is also major contributory factor towards these fatal crashes. We have also arrested drivers who drove at excessive speed for the circumstance. Your N4 Bronco Sprayed on Tuesday, a driver was arrested for clocking 219 kilometers per hour on a 120 zone. The driver was stopped and he refused to take instructions from the cop. They had to chase him. He was cornered on the N4 at Bronco Sprayed. That is where the arrest was effected. We are saying to road users out there, we will be out in numbers, monitoring, visible on national, provincial, local routes. We will ensure that lawbreakers are dealt with decisively. We also encourage through education. Our road safety unit is there, to educate road users on safe usage of the road. We also appeal to road users to please, let's comply, let's respect the roads, the rules of the road. Adhering, it is not a challenge. Once you adhere, we're definitely going to save lives.
I think the main thing is to remember you're not alone on the road. Be conscientious to others. As the RAF, we encourage my road, your road. Buckle up, don't speed, don't drink and drive, don't text and drive. And if you're walking or riding a bike along the side of the road, don't do it if you are intoxicated, and always keep an eye out for the vehicles.
With that, we conclude today's program. Enjoy the rest of the holidays. Thank you so much for watching. From us here on Bophelong, it's a goodbye for now.